Hello?
Hello,
Yes, Mr. Osama, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. What do you want to say, Osama?
I just came across your topics and
All
I
right.
would like to see
The
what
topic
topics
here
are you discussing today.
we are talking about that your prophet he ordered the Muslim women to give their boobs 10 times to strangers. What do you say about that?
Um, okay, where do you get this from?
The hadith in front of you. This is Sahih. This is the Sahih hadith.
Let me
This is
see.
Sunnat Ibn Majah. The verse of stoning to
I
death.
do not, I don't accept those.
Oh, you don't accept. What do you accept, my friend?
I'm a Shia.
Oh, you are a Shia. Okay. Well, let us go to the Shia then. You as a Shia, you believe that Muhammad and his family are made from light. Is that correct?
Yes, this is one belief
Okay. Why you believe that Muhammad and his family are made from light, my friend?
because because the Most High created them with light.
He created what?
The Most High created
Hmm.
them with light due to the fact that light be upon them
I don't
is
understand. I understand.
shown.
So they are made from light.
What do you mean by light?
Light. Allah is light, and Muhammad and his family are made from light, right?
What do you mean by light?
You don't know what light? Light. And then how to explain light for you? Allahu nurus samawati wal ard. Allah is the light of the world. Was
Okay.
Muhammad and his family are made from light.
Yes.
Okay. How this happens? So they are not a human.
Yes, they are human.
So how they are a human but they are made from light?
What does the Most High mean when? What does this mean? Like light? It means blessings.
Ah, it's mean a blessing. Oh, okay.
It doesn't mean the light that you are thinking.
As I know that they were stars in the forehead of Allah.
Of the stars of what?
In the forehead of Allah.
Where do you get this from?
Okay, well, we can find some stories, no problem. Before
Okay.
before we start quoting some stories about the Shia, tell us about what the Shia is, because many people here do not know what the Shia.
Okay, so the Shia are like the Sunni. We have different groups of Shia.
Hmm.
Of course, Shia is one who follows Muhammad and the Ahlul Bayt, meaning Ali, Fatima al-Zahra, Hassan and Hussein,
Hmm.
the sons of Hussein.
Hmm.
And we take our knowledge from them and we take our practices from them.
Okay. Is the rooster, the white rooster, is he a Shia or he's a Sunni?
Who are you talking about?
The rooster, the white rooster, is he a Shia or he's a Sunni?
Oh, what is this white rooster? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. That's what your book says. That the white rooster is a Shia.
Which book?
You can go to, there is many. You can go to the book of Al-Kafi or Istibsar. It says,
Okay. Could you recite the full reference, please?
okay, it says, from his companion, it says, Abu Abdullah alayhi salam said that the white rooster is my friend and the friend of every believer. Why is that?
Could you recite the full reference, please?
I just gave you the full reference. In different hadith, he said, in hadith number 513093, he says,
Okay.
Al-Hasan and Abi al-Hasan alayhi salam, he said, that
Okay.
a rooster, he have five things about him, which is things of a prophet. Number one, he is gifting. He gift, like he spent. Number two, he is brave. Number three, he is a person who is he appreciate.
Okay.
And number four, he knew the time of the prayer,
Okay.
and he go to
Okay.
many roads. How your Shia leaders they compare the rooster to prophet.
Okay, can I respond?
Okay.
Okay. First of all, half of our Shia scholars do not accept this narration, and let me quote some of them for you. So, for example, Sheikh Mufid in his book Rawafid al-Qihta, it's hard to pronounce some. But in his book Rawafid al-Qihta, volume 7, page 256, he says, "Hatta hadith da'if," meaning da'if meaning weak. Another scholar such as Sheikh Saduq.
Al-Kafi, he have hadith weak. Isn't it Al-Kafi is the same as Al-Bukhari for the Shia?
It's not the same as Bukhari.
It's the same. Al-Kafi is a Sahih hadith. Is the Kafi a Sahih hadith?
No. Al-Kahfi.
Okay, which book is for you is a Sahih book?
Okay. Al-Kahfi has hadiths that are Sahih and has hadiths that are not Sahih.
Okay, let me ask you.
It is not like
do you have a proof?
Muslim.
Do you have a proof that this hadith I quote for you is a weak hadith? Can you quote for me somebody? Your scholars.
No,
you did not give me about that hadith.
Yes,
no,
I did.
You gave me a general statement. You gave me a general statement.
I said Sheikh al-Mufid in his book Rawafid al-Qihta, volume 7, page number 256.
Yeah, did he talk about the rooster?
Yes.
What he said? Read for me.
You want the statement of Sheikh al-Mufid?
Yes, read it for me.
Okay. In the book by Sheikh al-Mufid, Rawafid al-Qihta, volume 7, page number 256, he states, regarding the white rooster that Brother CP is reciting, this is a fabricated lie, and it is a lie.
Show me the link, my friend. I accuse you to be lying to me. There's no such a thing. I want to see it. Go ahead. Show me. I
have the book in front of me.
I did not hear you open any pages. Nobody heard you open. There's no way you open the page and you found it. Yes, you need to show it to me. Yes, you Shia you fabricate numbers, you fabricate names, you fabricate the stories. Show me the proof. Show me the proof.
Brother, is it because you use the internet and you use
my friend,
my
friend. Okay, give me a link for the book you mentioned, please. Can you give me the?
Like I said, I don't use internet, my brother.
What do you mean? You are calling me in the internet. You are calling me in the internet now. Aren't you in the internet?
Is the Skype the internet?
Yes, Skype is an internet.
No, it isn't.
Why? It worked by gas?
No, it isn't.
Somebody told you that Skype worked by gas.
It is used by the sticks.
Somebody told you that Skype worked by gas. Give me a link for the book you are reading from. Otherwise, it's a fabricated link. It's fabricated story. You are lying.
Again.
Okay, let me ask you. I want you. Let us play this game. Let us see how you will do this now. Okay. According the chapter of hating to wear black shoes, hadith number 5931.
Which book is this?
This can be found in a book of Al-Kafi, variant number 6, page number 3465. It says, and it can be found in chapter 38, hadith number 3, the book of Al-Kafi, variant number 6, hadith page number 465. It says that it is not right to wear black shoes. Why? Because it make you lose your vision. And let me show it in the screen so people will see with me what I'm talking about. Here we go. It make you lose your vision, and is going to make your penis limp and soft. Is that a sahih story, or this is a fabricated story? Give me a number now. Fabricate a page, fabricate a number, and fabricate an answer. Go ahead.
Fabricated.
Yes, give me an answer for this.
Okay, Sheikh Saduq in his book. I'm not quoting Sheikh Mufid. I'm quoting Sheikh Saduq now. Sheikh Saduq in his book in Kitab in Kitab al-Makhtum al-Sahih. In Al-Makhtum al-Sahih, volume 300, page number 36, regarding the black shoes. And Sheikh al-Mufid says, the black shoe hadith is regarded as one of the most weak hadiths that you can find.
You are the most weak liar ever. You did not open a book. You know what? I want to hear the book in your hand. Can you flip the pages? Can you flip the pages for me? Flip the pages. Flip the pages. Just flip the pages. You have no book in your hand. You're a liar. Flip the book. Flip the book in your hand. Flip the book in your hand.
Do I need to flip the book?
Yes, you need to, because how you found the number, the page number, the hadith number in a second in a book which you don't have?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I've
flip
got
the
the
book. I
book
want to hear the pages. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Okay, so you're telling me it's compulsory to flip
You
a book?
are lying. There's no book.
You're telling
You
me
are
it is
not reading
compulsory to
anything.
flip
There's no
Are you
way in the
telling
world.
me
There's
it
no
is
way in the world you
compulsory
can find a reference like this in the speed of light. And when you are using a book, that's a lie.
No, because I already knew the.
You are a liar. You are a liar. You are a Shia. You are a Shia. Taqiyya. You cannot play Taqiyya with me. Okay, let us do this.
Keep it
What
floating,
is the name of the book? What is the name of the book? Okay, what if I give you the book right now? The book you are quoting for me. What is the name of the book? What is the again? Hold on. I will make everybody laugh at you. What is the name of the book you are quoting from?
Al-Makhtoum al-Sahih.
Al-Makhtoum al-Sahih. If I give you the link for the book right now in Skype, are you willing to show me the hadith you showed me or you spoke of?
I don't think you'll get it.
My friend, no, I will get it. If I show you, hold on. If I give you the book you are talking about, what you will do? Are you going to show me? Are you willing to show me the reference?
I'm waiting.
Are you show? First of all,
waiting for you to get it.
First of all, I never heard of such a book.
You've never heard of it?
No.
Hold on. If you never heard of it, why did you just say that I'll get it for you?
Because I'm getting you busted.
No. You just contradicted yourself.
No, I'm getting you busted because I never heard of it. I said to you, I wanted to show everybody. If I wanted to show everybody that you are a liar, you said to me, I said to you, if I give it to you, you will give me the link, you will give me the reference. You said still no. Because there's no such a book. I never heard of it. Can you give me this book?
I've got the book.
Can you give me the book? Al-Makhtoum al-Sahih. You said it's called Al-Makhtoum al-Sahih, correct?
Yes.
Okay, where we can find this book?
You have to buy it.
Where?
Physically.
Okay, physically, where we can find it? Give me one.
I don't even get it from internet. I've already told you.
How come nobody knows about it?
A lot of Shias know about it.
A lot of Shia. Okay, how come you were able to find the hadith without? Do you have the book in your hand?
Which book are you talking about?
The book you are reading for me from.
Which book?
Al-Makhtoum al-Sahih, the one you answered me from. Okay, do you have the book in your hand?
Yes.
Can you open the camera and show me the book?
I don't show my face on the camera.
Don't show me the face, my friend. Show me the book. Don't show me your face. Thank you. I don't want to see your face.
I don't need to. It's not compulsory.
There is need. You are a liar. There's no such a thing. Can you open the camera? Can you open the camera? Point the camera at your book. I wanna see the book. Can you show me the book?
There's no compulsory.
Can you show me the book?
Compulsory.
Can you show me the book, please?
Why do I need to show you the book?
Because you are a liar. There's no book. You don't have a book. You are fabricating numbers. You are fabricating pages. You are fabricating names.
No, I'm not.
There's no book. Okay, open the camera. Show me the book. Okay, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong. My friend, what you will lose? What you will lose? Open your camera. Open your camera. Get lost. Shia. This is an example of the Shia. You see, he was fabricating numbers in the book of etc. in the hadith etc. He said this is weak. That's it. Shia. This is what Shia do. Scam. You learn how to deal with the Shia now. They practice taqiyya 24 hours 7 days a week. Right away he fabricate for me a number. Yes.
You said
are you going to answer or not?
Are
you going to answer or not?
I wanted to finish a topic we did not finish.
About the breastfeeding.
No,
this is my topic. I asked you how your prophet order your mother
did not ask me that.
I did ask you that.
It's not me, it's the other person.
Oh, other person. Okay, well, what was the topic we talk about, me and you?
I began with saying how do you worship the gods beside the one true God, like the God of Jesus.
I asked you,
and then
I asked you, do you have any other creator?
Wait. And then before that, you mentioned that Muslims do not like the shape God came in, like man, like we reject your God when you became a man because we do not like it. And I'm saying, if you think that's a bad thing to look at a human and say, well, God is not a human. How do you know you're not going to believe in the Antichrist as God if he claims to be? Because you believe in Jesus even though he did not claim to be God. But this Antichrist will say, I am God. So how do you know you're not going to follow him?
Okay, let me ask you. You just said that I believe in Jesus. Hold on. You said I believe in Jesus, but he did not claim to be God. You are getting your prophet busted because the Quran say that the Christians say that Jesus is Allah. So why you are lying? Isn't it the Quran says? Isn't it the Quran says that the Christians, they say that the Messiah is Allah himself?
The Quran says that Christians claim that Jesus is God, but it also says the Quran says on behalf of Jesus, like Jesus said, I have never said to them that I am God. Jesus said that in the Quran, but that's
Jesus, he said that to them. Let me show you what Jesus said.
Well, I'll show you. Do you want me to show you? But that's beside the topic.
No, it's a topic. Why you just mentioned it? Why you don't want to talk about it? Why you don't want to talk about it?
I'm asking you, how do you know you're not going to worship the Antichrist if he claims to be God?
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you then. Why your prophet? Okay, hold on. Why your prophet? He compare between the look of Allah and the look of Antichrist. If the Antichrist looked like Jesus,
just answer my question.
I'm answering you. The Antichrist will claim to be God. I'm asking you now. The Antichrist will claim to be God, and he looked like Jesus supposedly because he's a man. So why Muhammad is afraid that you will be confused about him and you might think that he is God? He said, if you are confused about him, about who? About the Dajjal. It's not an Antichrist. This is not Antichrist. This is a Dajjal, Al-Masih al-Dajjal, the false Messiah. Okay, so the false Messiah, if you are confused about him, know that your Lord is not one-eyed. Where is the confusion coming from? How you as a Muslim will be confused, and Muhammad is describing the look of a man, and he's saying at the end that the only difference between them is one eye. That's mean your God is a man.
You're adding words. He did not say the only difference.
Well, here we go. It says, here we go. It's right in front of you. No, I'm not adding. I'm not adding.
Anyway.
No. Get me busted. No. Don't say anyway. Don't tell me anyway. I don't accept that. Get me busted. It says the only difference is one eye. Don't lie. It's in front of you.
Show me what it says.
Here we go. Your prophet describing the size. Your prophet describing. Okay, hold on. If your God first is not a man, why you will be confused about him and the man?
Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Show me where it says.
I'm showing you. He count for you the look, and then he says you should know that your Lord. After he count all the description, I am not adding. After he said all the description said you should know. If you are confused about him, know that your Lord is not one-eyed. So the difference between them is what?
Anyway, the most important thing.
What is the difference your prophet mentioned here? What is the difference your prophet mentioned between this fat man, this fat short man, and your God? What is the difference between them?
Muslims know.
This is not the question. Answer me. What is the difference between the description of your prophet of the fat short man who have a curly hair and Allah? Is it the only difference is one eye? Yes or no?
Okay, you think the Quran?
I am not thinking. I want an answer. You see, you Muslims are like oil in the hand. You don't catch me. You cannot catch me, right? You cannot play that with me. I'm Christian Prince. What is the only difference your prophet he mentioned, so you will not be confused about the false Messiah and Allah? What is the only difference he mentioned?
Very easy. Just give me time to.
What is the only difference he mentioned?
Okay, I'll answer in the way I want to. Okay, so you believe that the Quran is the words of Muhammad.
Shut up. No, give me what the only difference he. Shut up. You are a liar. You will not answer. You are in the corner. What is the only difference between Allah look and the man, the fat man look, according to your prophet? What is the only difference?
Islam is a comprehensive religion.
See, you are a potato, guys. You see how they are. Get lost. Let your mom call me. I want the man of the house to call me. Islam is a comprehensive thing. If you're a prophet saying that the only difference between them is one thing, are you going to answer or we play games?
He didn't answer my question.
I want you to answer me. Why you're a prophet? He says the only difference between them. Why the only difference? I am. You see, you are the one who need to answer now.
No, I gave an answer to your question.
Why you're a prophet?
You're not going to worship the Antichrist.
I'm not going to worship the Antichrist. It's you Muslims. You see, your prophet is worried. Your prophet is worried that you will worship the Antichrist, not me. You're a prophet saying that you Muslims, he's worried. You're a prophet speaking to you. Muhammad here is speaking to who? He's speaking to the Abdul, who jump in the water, have dead dogs and women blood from period, who drink camel urine. That is not me. So now, so listen, you're a prophet speaking to who here? You're a prophet speaking. We don't believe in the Dajjal. We don't believe in the hold on. We don't believe in this guy. Now, who is the guy who your prophet is speaking about? Is al-Masih ad-Dajjal. Thank you very much. Speaking to who? To the Muslims. He is saying to who? To the Muslims. What he is saying, that the only difference between them is one eye. Do you agree or not?
You as a Christian, you do not have a problem with God.
Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. He's talking to you, not to me. We don't follow Muhammad. We don't follow Muhammad. You are a coward. You will not answer. Why you're a prophet is afraid that you will be confused between the look of Allah and the look of a normal man.
Because people like you think God.
He's talking to the Muslims. He's talking to the Muslims. People like me are Christians. People like me, you are a liar. You are a potato. Let your mom call me. Go ahead. Get lost. Don't call me again. I have no time for kids. People like me. I don't believe in this garbage in the front of me. People like me. This is written for people like you, and you are a coward. You speak day and night that God is not a man, and yet your prophet comparing your God to a man, and the only difference between him and the man is one thing, the eye. Yes, my friend.
CB.
Yes.
There's one thing I want to tell you. I'm sure that you can't debate. There's a certain one. There's a person that you cannot debate, and it's you yourself, CP. You are very good, CP.
You are saying I cannot debate someone? His name is CP. I cannot debate myself. You mean?
You can't debate yourself, CP.
Right, I will lose. I know. I understand.
Yeah, because I'm scared. Because how? Yeah, you lose.
Yeah, thank you, my friend.
Yeah, so I want the audience to know that there's one person that you cannot debate, and that person is yourself, CP. So we are just hoping that you do more good and more work.
I say that I'm just joking. The only one nobody can debate with, nobody can argue with, is God. I am no one, my friend. I'm servant of God, trying my best. Thank you very much for calling. Thank you. Anything else?
All right. Thank you.
Okay, take care. This is a very stupid cult, and here you Christians should learn how the Muslims, they change the topic in a second. How you worship Jesus. Jesus never said I am God. The whole Bible is saying Jesus is God. Jesus, when they asked him to show us the Father, God, he said, I am with you all this time and you did not recognize me. I am with you. They are not asking him if you are with us or not. They are asking him, show us God. And he said, the one who saw me, he saw the Father. Where Jesus says I am God? What a liar. Muslims are copy paste. Actually, I can prove from the Islamic books that God is Jesus. Without even using a single verse from the Bible. Do we have any Muslim would like to give us a call? You see, I have patience. I let you. I losing my voice. Keep repeating the same question. How many times, guys? Each time I ask a Muslim a question, I have to repeat it. Do you notice? Because they won't answer. They will never answer. They will jump to different topic. They will jump from a topic to a topic to a topic like monkeys. How are you saying Islam is a strict religion? I never said Islam is a strict religion. Islam is a lousy religion. Islam is a religion without panty. Islam is the most perverted religion ever. Where is the strict? Even the hijab was not because Muhammad, he cared for Muslim women, because Omar was spying at the wife of Muhammad and he was liking their ass. Yes. What is the hijab is about? The Muslim, they lie to us and they say hijab because we are conservative. You are not conservative. Umar was making fun of the ass of Sauda. عرفناك يا Sauda. Oh, we recognize you, Sauda. Recognize what? How you recognize her from her ass? And this is why Umar, he said, Allah, he sent the Quran as I said. As I said. What you said. I am the one who said, make hijab. I am the one who said, make the Kaaba the worship place. Omar said, and look here, by the way, the fast translation of the Muslim, this is why I say be careful when Muslim translate. He says here, I agreed with Allah in 3 things, but in Arabic it says wafaqani rabbi fi thalath. My Lord agreed with me in 3 things. My Lord. I said, oh Allah, would you that take the station of Abraham as a place of prayer? Allah, he agreed. He took as Omar, he said, he put it in the Quran. He give it to Muhammad right away. I said that people before they enter to the house of Muhammad, they have to ask for permission, and the mother of the believers, they have to cover themselves. Allah, he sent the verses as I said. Muhammad told by Umar, and Umar told the wife of Muhammad, if you don't behave, Allah will divorce you and replace you. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, my friend Abdul Rahim. How are you? Abdul Rahman.
I'm fine. And you?
I'm all right. What do you want to say to us, Abdul Rahman?
Well, I've been following you for quite a while, so yeah, I thought let's call you once.
Did you decide to leave Islam or not yet, my friend?
Not yet, actually.
Okay. What do you think about this hadith in front of us, that Allah, he agreed with Umar? How God, he agreed with Umar?
Sorry, which one? Oh, this,
the hadith we are showing the screen. I don't know if you can see the screen. Umar, he said that Allah agreed with me. Allah agreed with me in many things. And one of them, as an example, he said that Allah, he is the one you know, took from me to make the Kaaba a place of worship. I said, oh messenger of Allah, read the hadith with me. I said, oh Allah messenger, why do not take the maqam of Ibrahim a place of a prayer? Then the following verse revealed, and take your people to maqam of Ibrahim as a place of prayer, exactly as Umar he said. Why Umar he says something right away? Umar word became Quran. Who is Umar? He's a prophet.
Actually, I'm a Shia.
Oh, you are a Shia
Muslim.
Well, the Shia, no problem.
Yes.
We can go to the Shia. The Shia, they have a lot of funny stories too. Do you want me to share some stories about the Shia with you? What do you think about the Shia belief?
Well, I'm actually confused lately about it. I am born in Europe, and especially lately, I've had many doubts about the belief. But the problem is that the Shia, I can't find much in English. I don't speak good Arabic, so
yeah. But you know, but at the end of the day, you have to take the Quran at least, right? And the Quran is still is a stupid book. It doesn't matter if you are a Shia or a Sunni. So the Quran itself is being stupid, and the Shia books is the same, is garbage. I mean, when your biggest scholar, he say that if you wear a black shoe, your penis will not work. I mean, obviously this guy is a scam, right?
What?
If you wear a black shoe, your penis, you will lose vision. I don't know, how good is your vision? How good your vision? Do you wear glasses?
Yes.
Oh, see, I think you are wearing black shoes then. Are you wearing black shoes, my friend?
Well, I have many shoes actually. Many.
Oh, you are a rich guy, not like me. For me, I wear only black shoes. So, and this is what happened to me exactly as in the hadith. It says, Babu karahati libsun nal, hadith number 5931. He said, عن أبي عبد الله عليه السلام أنه نظر إلى بعض أصحابه وعليه نعل سوداء. Abi Abdullah, may Allah bless him, he said that he looked at some of his companion and they are wearing a black shoe. So he said to them, what's up with you with the black shoe? Don't you know that is going to damage your vision, which means your eyes, and is going to make your penis useless? And then he advised them actually to wear yellow shoes, because if you wear yellow shoes, your penis will be powerful. So what do you think?
This is in Al-Kafi, or
this is Al-Kafi. Let me give you a reference, my friend. This is Al-Kafi, variant number 6, page number 465.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is in the can be exist in more, actually, not only one reference, like Nawab al-A'mal, page number 43, Al-Khisal 9950.
Okay.
All right. And you know, those books are full of garbage. I mean, it's all over. It's not like one time deal. It's madness. It's all over, you know. As an example, you know, if the watermelon is sweet, it is a Shia. If the watermelon is sour, it is Sunni. All right. Yeah. And if you wear white shoes, let us talk about shoes today. If you wear white shoes, what will happen? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Okay. If you wear white shoes, you will earn a lot of money. And that explains why I'm poor. I never wear white shoes. I'm going to go right now to the mall and buy a white shoe. Should I buy one for you in my way? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is weird. I have to admit, actually, many things. But yeah. Do you know there's a guy? His name is Al-Ghazi. Do you know him?
Al-Ghazi.
Yes.
Yeah. What about him?
He speaks Arabic. He's have you actually listened to him? Or,
oh, you mean this is guy in YouTube? I know somebody from history. His name is Ghazi. This is a different person. Okay. All right.
I know this new guy.
No,
he has,
I never heard of him. Okay. No.
Oh, yeah, never heard of him. So the thing what confused me is that he claims that Shia, even they have go astray the last centuries, maybe even the last 1,000 years. So he claims that the Shia scholars nowadays they don't really follow the Ahl al-Bayt, the teachings of them, and that they are actually influenced by the Sunnis, and because the Sunnis were always
but what is
power.
his source? What his source? Like what book he advised you to read then? All the Shia books source.
Al-Kafi.
Al-Kafi. We are laughing now, aren't we? Didn't you laugh a second ago? This is Al-Kafi. Al-Kafi is the true resource, right? Okay. Al-Kafi is full of stupid stories. So if the Shia were influenced by the Sunni, and the following Al-Kafi is the right thing, Well, how in the world? Like as an example, in you know, one of the hadith says that Amir al-Mu'mineen, he said that the servant of Allah, they have womb inside them like women, and then they ask him, so why they don't get pregnant? He said because it's upside down, mankusa, and they have in their anus a pimple, the same as the pimple of the camel. So if they get horny with them. If they got if this pimple be quiet, they will get quiet, which means they will not be horny. So this guy is saying to you, oh, you are deceived because you follow the Sunni. They are not following the Sunni, they are following the Shia. This is the all those are the hadith of your leaders. The family of Muhammad, not only leaders, the family of Muhammad.
Yeah, true. The 12 imams from the imams.
Yeah,
Yes.
Abi Abdullah is one of them. It says, if the human being, if your child, like when he is born, if his penis is small, then he will not be, like he will not be, let us say, harmful if his penis is small. But if his penis is big, you have to be watched. I mean, what penis and what this it's garbage. So this guy is asking you to go back to the origin, and this is the origin.
Yes, but as far as I know, Shia don't have such hadith like breastfeeding or
My friend,
yeah.
My friend,
That's right.
the breastfeeding is not a hadith for the Shia or the Sunni. This was a verse in the Quran.
I mean that yeah.
This was a verse, for in the Quran was not a Shia or Sunni. Quran is not Shia, neither Sunni, right?
True.
So as long as it was a verse in the Quran, then how they can say we don't have that?
Because the hadith that tells us about this Sahih al-Bukhari, right?
No, okay, we can find you something equal. We can find you something equal from different book. As an example, if you go in the book, it's called Wasa'il al-Shia, hadith number 259441. It says,
I don't know that book. What is that?
Wasa'il al-Shia. Let me see if I can get you. Hold on, let me search for it and get you the reference. Put it in the screen. Give me a second.
Because I know Al-Kafi, but yeah.
Yeah, the same. This is a very authentic books too. Here it says, oh, I found this website, but anyway, the guy he is speaking that when he was debating with the Sunni, they spoke about breastfeeding for adult. Let me see if I can find you. I want something else. Hold on. I want the reference right away, not here. This is just a form.
Yeah, but we don't like Aisha, and yeah, it's actually really different about the Sahaba, the view in Shia Islam, right?
Yeah, well, the Shia, they hate Aisha, yes, and they think even they claim that she killed Muhammad. This is the reference here, وسائل الشيعة. It says, إذا رضع الرجل من لبن امرأة حرم عليه كل شيء من ولدها. If a man he did suckle a woman, it's forbidden for him everything from her children. Do you see it? So you have رضاع الكبير, you have the same, breastfeeding for adult.
Can you repeat it once, please?
The book of وسائل الشيعة, hadith
yes.
number 25941. if a man he suckled from a man and a woman, it's forbidden for him anything have to do with her children, which means he cannot sleep with her children. So you have the breastfeeding. This is exactly, actually the Sunni, they are more open for that, because if you have you see, he can sleep with her still, but supposedly he cannot sleep with her kids, which is funny. So the Sunni, they have almost the same thing, but the difference is you can sleep with her and you can sleep with her children. So what the point of this breastfeeding for adult? No?
Okay, but yeah,
same time the Quran forbid Muslims to do what they call it, adoption, correct? Okay, we forbid them to do adoption, but we allow you to do adoption by breastfeeding. Because the Quran confirm if you do breastfeeding not only for adult, like the adult, you can have sex with the adult even if you do breastfeeding, but if you do breastfeeding for a child, then that child became like your son. So how that can happen? How we forbid adoption, and then we say that if a baby, he did the breastfeeding for a woman, he became like her son. What is the connection?
I don't know.
My friend, I don't know. For me, I am here. I would be happy to hear from you that you decide to leave Islam. This is a stupid religion. Shia or Sunni, it doesn't matter. I can show you tons of reference. All of them, they say the same garbage. I cannot find something, you know, lawful or something logical in this cult. So if you think the Sunni are, you know, are stupid, well, you better think twice, because the Shia, they are not better. No.
Okay, but I want to ask you some questions since you speak Arabic well, and you have studied also Shia sources, I guess. So what I've actually heard all my life is that I don't know how to call them in English. They say nawasad.
Nawasad, yeah.
Like, they have actually made they have actually caused Islam to get an ugly image and distorted everything. Even when I talk with Shia about this, scholars, they say yes, that's true. The first 60 years of the spread of Islam, and even after that, was very violent, but that was against the Ahl al-Bayt, what the Prophet actually wanted, and the 12
did
rightful
Ali, hold on, did Ali, according to Islam, did kill a lot of people, yes or no? According to Shia, he slaughtered a lot of people, even he burned people alive. So when they say to you, this is the enemy of Islam and this is not right and this is not what Islam, Ali himself was a bigger criminal, Muhammad himself was a bigger criminal. What are they talking about? Sunni or Shia, it doesn't matter, they are lying to you, my friend.
But what do they say about Ali then? Yes, what did he do? Like,
my friend, Ali simply is let us say he was, because he married the daughters of Muhammad, which is not his daughter, those are the daughters of Khadija, but because he supposedly is close to Muhammad and he is his cousin, correct?
Wait, he married Fatima, that's the daughter of Muhammad.
Yes, but this is not his daughter. Muhammad don't have daughter, never have daughters. This is a lie. Muhammad, he cannot have kids. This is why there was a guy making fun of him that he cannot have kids. You see, the Muslim, when they say that Muhammad he have a
إن
children.
شعناك هو الأبتر, you mean
Right,
that?
right,
When they say in
right.
school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the man, he was making fun of him because he cannot have children, and based on that, Allah, he made a verse which is very funny, which does not make sense, and God cannot say, should not say such a thing. If you read together, in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, this is not in the verse, Muslim added, which means the whole verse is the whole chapter is 3 verses, which is one of the most funny. Surely you have given the Kawthar. What is the Kawthar? The Kawthar is a river which is very pure white. Okay, what does have to do? Why I'm saying to Muhammad, I give you the Kawthar if it's a river? What does have to do with the guy accusing Muhammad that his penis is not working? فَصَلِّ لَرَبَّكَ وَانْحَرْ. Therefore pray to your Lord. Okay, what does that mean? And sacrifice. And then he says, surely your enemy is the one who shall have without be prosperity. But the guy, he have many kids. But the fact it did not say even he will not have without children. It says he is the abtar, he is the one who don't have a penis. The Muslim, they say that abtar here is about not having kids. Okay, why Allah don't make Muhammad have kids to prove this guy wrong? Instead of making a statement, he is the one who will have no kids, but later we find that Muhammad have no kids. You know what I mean?
But okay,
if you are calling me,
heard,
my friend, if you are calling me and making fun of me because I don't have kids and I'm a prophet of God, and God decide to defend me, who is the one defending Muhammad here? Allah, supposedly, right? Okay,
yes.
what is the benefit of saying he is the one who will be cut off? What about making Muhammad having children, so to prove to them that he will go, God can give him children? You know what I mean? Make it happen. What the point is like two women, they are fighting, one of them saying, oh, your husband, he cannot have sex, this is why you cannot get a branat. The other one, she says, it is your husband, he cannot have sex and you will not have babies. This is God talking like this. If God is talking, he should say, okay, let me show you. Here we go, Muhammad, your wife, he have 13 wives, he could not make one of them branat. He cannot even, the Muslim, they say that his Mary the Copt, she delivered him a child, his name is Ibrahim, which is a big fat lie. Even Aisha, she said he don't even look like you. So Muhammad, obviously he is a potent man, he cannot have sex. He, you know, even the hadith says that the prophet, he used to imagine himself having sex. When Aisha, she tried to play with him,
Bukhari, right?
yeah, no problem, but here we go, the Quran confirmed that Muhammad have a problem. And why Allah is promising me a river in a topic which is about a penis? Why? Because this Al-Kawthar is a river, must be a river of a sperm. This is why it's very white like milk. So Muhammad here is saying that Allah, he promised me that my penis will work in heaven, not here. All right, but if God is talking, he should make Muhammad have babies. Here we go, Abraham, his wife, she was old, and there's no way she can get a branat, and she give up. God, he made Abraham wife get a branat. Why Allah cannot make Muhammad do the same to Muhammad? If people are making fun of him, and now he's not even deaf, he heard, and he decided to defend him. So what the point of saying surely he is the one who will have no children? It's a stupid conversation.
Yeah. Actually, about that surah, what I know, I don't know if it is true, but they say that the meaning of Al-Kawthar is the daughter of Muhammad, Fatima.
This is Shia interpretation. Yeah, Shia. They come.
What I have heard, but I haven't verified it, or yeah.
Yeah, you see, and this is one of the stupid things in Islam. Everyone, here we go. One he think it's a river, and one he think it's a daughter, and there's a huge difference. Same time, surely we have given you Al-Kawthar. Okay, so the guy is saying to him, you will not have a children's, and if the Shia confirm that we gave you Al-Kawthar, that's mean the guy who accusing him is not making an accurate statement, because he have Al-Kawthar and this is a daughter, right? But this is not an answer really. Al-Kawthar never been a name of daughter of Muhammad. He can say we give you Fatima, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, there are many verses in the Quran. This one means Ali, the other Hassan, Hussein, and
Yeah, they fabricate
I
things. They
always,
fabricate
I
meaning.
always think, why could God not mention it explicitly, like Ali or
Right.
Hassan Hussein, if they are the center of
My friend, Shia,
they are the
Shia,
most
they
important.
decide, Shia, they are the same as the Muslim. Both of them, they worship Muhammad and his family. But everyone, he have his own way. You know, the Shia, they focus in the whole family. The Sunni, they focus in Muhammad. But it's the same madness. Both, they believe that Muhammad is above mankind. To the point that Allah, he wrote the name of Muhammad. The Shia, they say they wrote even the name of Ali. Correct?
That's true.
So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
the Sunni, they say, if not you, Muhammad, Allah never created all mankind. So the whole creation of the world is created because of Muhammad. The Shia, they have the same. If not Ali and Fatima and Muhammad and Hassan and Hussein, Allah created nothing in this world. Right?
Right. Yes.
You know the story of an angel. His name is Futros.
No.
Okay. I'm not saying it to make fun of you because you're a Shia. Don't be offended, okay?
Actually, before you continue, I don't know what I am.
Why you don't say I am out of Islam, man? Just say it to me. Come on, be a man. You are a man. You are smarter than this. Just say I am out of this cult.
To be honest, I want to be 100% sure. You know, like,
my friend, what is more than 100% that all the fabrication you see in front of you? What kind of 100% that God do not remember which one he created first, the trees or the stars? What kind of God? He says women, they have a sperm coming from their ribs, and all of us, we knew women, they have no sperm. I mean, what more you want?
I know, yeah, these are all truth, but okay, I promise you that I will continue researching these things, and then in the future I will call you again, and then I will make a decision. But I have some questions for you.
All right.
There's a guy, his name is Hamid Abdel Samad. You know him?
Yeah, I saw once a video of him. Right. He's from Germany. In Germany.
I watched some of his videos. They were subtitled with English, so he was telling about the story of Zainab al-Kubra, the oldest daughter of Muhammad, supposedly. He said that Muslims are actually they hide this story. So what he says is that she actually didn't believe in the prophecy of Muhammad in his prophethood. She didn't become a Muslim, and that her husband didn't want to convert to Islam. And it's a long story, he told, but I couldn't find it like the way he told it. So I just wanted to ask you: is it true that that this Zainab, that she?
Well, you know, the resource, he's not lying, because if you, I did not watch his video, but if you go and check the reference, you will see, yes, she did not, you know, obviously she did not. This is why they don't mention her. Why we don't see people talking about her much? Why her name disappeared? What happened to her? You know,
that's actually what Hamid was saying, but Do we know the reference for this story that that she didn't accept the prophethood of Muhammad?
Yeah,
like
there is many
Muhammad said?
there is many reference, actually. There's many reference about that. But let me see if I can find you something about it. Now, do you want the reference from the Shia books or the Sunni books?
Well, actually, yeah, both. You know, the more you have, the better. Even external sources. I mean, I have to do a full investigation, like not only listen to this Shia guy or that Sunni guy, like everything, even outside, you know. So yeah, I mean, if you have both, then that is better.
Well, you know, obviously, isn't it Abu al-As? He was fighting Muhammad, and she was staying with her husband. So if she don't believe, if she believe he is a prophet, why she stay with the man who is fighting her, you know, Muhammad? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So obviously, like, you know, if you are fighting, or like, I am a Christian and I have a wife, she is a Muslim, and now we are the crusade and you are the Muslims, and we are saying Muhammad is false, and you're my wife, she stay with me and support me. Obviously she don't believe in Muhammad.
Yes,
so you can
that's
so you can
right?
so you can go and read any reference about she being married to this man who is fighting Muhammad, and that will be confirming to us that she is not a believer.
Yes, that was actually what I could find on Wikipedia, but explicitly mentioning him, I mean her, not accepting the prophethood of Muhammad, I didn't see that. But okay, yeah, that's actually a good statement. If she supported her husband, and if she stayed with him, and he didn't want to, didn't want to become a Muslim, that actually, yeah.
Why a woman? Why a
agree.
woman she will stay? Why a woman she will stay with a man who is fighting a prophet of God? Forget about she is being a daughter or being a cousin or being anything. If I am a Christian and I believe in Jesus, and you know, and I have a woman, let us say, or let us say a Christian woman, she married a man, he want to kill all the Christians. Why she want to stay with him unless she is converted to his cult, his religion? Correct? Especially she's afraid to leave. She's afraid to leave. You know, she can go. Nobody can. She can escape. She can take a donkey, a horse, and she can run. So why she is staying with the man who hate her father or he hate Muhammad very much? That doesn't make sense. So any reference you find about her staying with her husband, you will find that this story confirm what this guy in the show he was saying to you. You know.
Okay, this is found in Sirat Rasulullah, or which book?
Most of the reference coming from the Siras, you know, but there is many reference not only in the Sirah. There's many.
What is that, Sunni or Shia?
The Sirah, by the way, the
Rasulullah.
Sirah, it was not meant to be Sunni or Shia, because both of them they quote from the Sirah. The Sunni and the Shia they quote from the Sirah.
Okay, but do you know there's a book called Kitab Sulaim ibn Qais?
What about it?
Have you heard about it?
Sulaim ibn what?
Sulaim ibn Qais.
Sulaim. The name of the book is what?
Kitab Sulaim ibn Qais.
Oh, this is the name of the book.
That's the name of the book. Yes.
Okay. Well, I know the book. This is the Al-Hilali. I think you are not quoting the whole name. Salim ibn Qais al-Hilali, correct?
Wait. Let's search it. Sulaim ibn. You know, I don't No, yes.
the one I
Al-Hilali.
know, the one I know is Salim ibn Qais al-Hilali, not Salim ibn Qais.
Okay, yeah. Salim ibn Qais al-Hilali al-Amiri.
Yeah. Well, they can keep giving you names to the end. Yeah. What about him?
Have you read his book?
Not all of it, because you see, for me, I'm not sure if I did read the whole book before a long time ago. I'm not sure reading. I cannot read it, but he spoke about the camel war, about the war of Siffin. Like what happened during his time with Imam al-Hassan, right? As I remember.
Oh no, actually, I'm just asking you. But
yeah, this is what I remember about him. What I remember about him, that he is, like in that book, there's a collection of information about the war of the Harb al-Jamal between Aisha and Ali. Is that correct?
I know this.
He went all the way. He went all the way to Al-Basra, correct? He went to Al-Basra. He went to
I don't know this
to Al-Basra,
but yeah,
to go to join the war, which is the war is called the Camel. Is that correct? Yeah, but I don't really remember much about his book, because I don't think his book is too much important. What about it?
I don't know. I heard them saying in Shia Islam that this book is
the first one.
Important.
It's the
It's
first.
oldest, they say. So I thought, yeah, maybe you know about it. Like
I know, but I did read long time ago, and this is one of the first books ever written from the Shia perspective. This is the first book. This is the first book, as I remember, was written by the Shia about Shiaism.
Do you know what the oldest manuscript is surviving of this time? Because how do you know when this book is written, actually?
Well, I don't, you see, for us, what we have is what they say, and they claim many reference that he is one of the first people who wrote about the Shia. His book is called Salim ibn Qais al-Hilali al-Amiri. I can give you, actually, I can find you the reference. I can give you a link. Do you speak Arabic? Do you read Arabic?
Yes, I read Arabic, but
okay. Because I can search for it. I can, if I want to search for it, I can find it. There is many things the Shia they try to avoid, actually, in his book, I think, because there is many difference between what he says and what they say in these days. The same as they hide about Zainab. However, Shia books is a collection of contradictions, and that's why you see the Shia today, they are calling each other names. Like, I'm sure you, as long as you speak English, I'm sure you watch Yasser al-Habib, right? You know Yasser al-Habib?
About him.
You can search his name. You can search his name, and you will see he's teaching you about the corruption of the Quran, as an example.
Corruption, right? Yes, I know. It's actually mentioned in Al-Kafi, as I've heard.
Right.
But the thing that astonishes me, and actually that made me furious, is that all the time when I was a kid until maybe 5 years ago, or actually less. I was told that the Quran is perfectly preserved for the last 1400 years. But
Shia is the last one to believe the Quran preserved. The Quran, no, the Shia don't believe that. The Quran, they believe that Al-Mahdi, he have with him the Quran of Fatima. He took it with him,
Yes.
and he will bring it when he come back. This is the only book the Shia agree upon. The books which exist today, the Shia don't even accept for a second. All of them, they agree that the Quran is corrupt. But the Shia, they play taqiyya. So if you speak to a Shia in TV and you are doing, like let's say, debate between a Shia and Sunni, mostly the Shia, he will deny that he believed that the Quran is corrupt. You know, they practice taqiyya. But the Shia in indoor, usually, they practice that, and they say that, and there's tons of videos made by Shia themselves in the mosque where the Shia Imam teaching that the Quran today is not the Quran which is given to Muhammad. Yeah.
Yes,
So
true.
now
But,
so now you are a Shia, but you have no book. I feel sorry for you.
actually, I know I am born in a in a Shia family, so you
I
don't.
understand. It's not your fault. I understand.
It's not. You know, it's actually really difficult. I mean, how can I know what really happened 1,400 years ago or 2,000 years ago? I don't know.
My friend,
There were no video cameras.
the Shia, they beat everybody in the world when it's come to fictions. Everybody, nobody can beat the Shia with the fictions. I will give you an example. There is an angel, his name is Futros, and I will say the story for you in the Shia way. في ملاك اسمه فطرس. هذا فطرس كان ملاك موجه عزيز عند الله، وقد أغضب الله فوضعه في جزيرة، وقال له الله هل أعذبك أو أقاضيك يوم القيامة؟ فقال فطرس أو ربي عذبني اليوم وليس يوم القيامة. فقام الله وكسر جناحيه وأرسله إلى جزيرة بعيدة. وفي يوم من الأيام سمع فطرس ضجيجا في السماء فصاح وقال ما هذا؟ هل أنت جبريل؟ فرد عليه جبريل وقال نعم. فقال فطرس ماذا حصل؟ هل قامت القيامة؟ فقال جبريل لا، لم تقم القيامة، ولكن اليوم ولد مولود عزيز على الله اسمه الحسن. فقال فطرس أرجوك تكلم إلى الله لكي يصلح جناحي ويسمح لي بأن أذهب إلى رسول الله وأهنيه. Translation. The story is long. So guys, there is an angel, his name is Futros, and Futros, he disobeyed Allah. So Allah, he told him, which one you prefer to do to you, punish you now or punish you later in the judgment day? The angel Futros, he said now. So Allah, he broke his wings and he sent him to an island in the Caribbean. For sure the Caribbean is my addition. So he put him in a far away island. And one day Futros, he heard noise in the sky. So he said, he looked at the sky and he saw the angels from far away, and he said, what happened? Why there is noise? Did the judgment day did come? Jibril answer says, no, it's not the judgment day. Today the child, born a child of the of Muhammad. So we are going to say like a graduation for you. So the angel, he said to the angel, please can you speak to Allah, please I want to go and do the same. And then Allah, he fixed the wings of the angel, and the angel, he went with the rest of the angels, and he entered upon the child, and he asked, before he entered, he asked the prophet, he says, please prophet, can you please let me get in and wave my wings in the top of him like a fan? And the prophet said, okay, sure, go. I mean, the Shia, they have stories nobody can imagine. It's beyond stupidity.
More than Sunni, you think?
More than Sunni. Oh yeah, Sunni are not even close. Sunni is like 1% compared to the Shia madness. Guys, what do you want? What do you want from the screen? I have the ocean for you in the screen. I put it there in purpose because there's nothing to show you. It's not in English to show you. There's a video. This is a story. I don't have it in English. I can show it to you in video, but video speak Arabic, you know, which will not make any difference for you. So there is no screen. I put for you the ocean. They are asking me to show the screen. They think the story of Futros is in the screen. Futros is not here now. He's on a vacation. Anyway, my friend.
Well,
So,
as far as I know, is yeah, okay.
yeah, what about, come on, make a decision and says I am out of Islam, man. Come on, you are smarter than this. I can tell you are already out of it. Why you are shy to say it?
I know. I want to be 100% sure, but
okay.
I'm.
You promise
I
me
am
to call me
getting
next time I
closer.
go on air? You promise me to call me next time
No problem.
if you are available? Okay.
But then, okay, if Islam is not the true religion, like not Shia nor the Sunni, then what makes Christianity? I mean,
Well, you see, for
real.
me, I have a logic. My logic is, before I present the Messiah to someone, he have to reject the devil first. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time. So if you believe in something, I prefer to explain what you believe first to show you that you are believing it wrong. It's like, you know, there's a computer and the computer have a virus, and you want to install a new software. Installing new software will not really make a computer healthy. Still the virus is there, so we have to format the computer. So as long as still you are thinking not sure of Islam to be 100%, then I will save my time for you until you say to me Islam is not the right thing, and we can talk about Christianity, me and you. What do you think? And you don't have to believe anyway. I mean, you know, you are a man, you're adult. God gave you a gift which is called the brain. Take what you think is right. You know what I mean?
Okay, but I mean, why is there only one truth? Like Muslims claim Islam is only true. Shia claim that belief in Muhammad and the Imams is a must, and you know, like everyone. But if you look at Hinduism, for example, they say no. There are many ways to heaven, and
you see,
I actually looked at history.
my friend. The Hinduism is mostly is like a philosophy. It's not really a religion as much as a philosophy and yoga, etc. Christianity is different. Same time, anyone can say I am the only one who have the right belief, right? That's normal. I mean, because they cannot be all true. One of them have to be right, or maybe all of them are wrong. You know what I mean? So
yes,
we have to be open for the option of being wrong or being right. So we will not say, okay, only this guy. For me, I say Christianity is a true one, and that's why I believe in it. However, I understand if people says we don't believe in it, it must be false, no problem. But the issue is, what is the purpose of this God you are worshiping? The God of Islam is weird, is mad. Like the Quran says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْإِنسَ وَالْجِنَّ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I never created man and genie except to worship me. So the purpose of a creation is stupid, because God do not need people to worship him for his God anyway. That's mean he's self-esteem person. He an echo, you know, he like to be worshipped. Muhammad, he said, if you don't commit sin, I assure you that Allah will wipe you out, will destroy you, and create people and bring people who commit sin and ask him for forgiveness. So this God in Islam, he wanted you to commit sin and beg him for forgiveness. This is the point. He want to feel better. He want to be worshipped. It's like there's a guy who is mentally ill. He bring you home and say you have to bow down to me every day, otherwise I'm going to destroy you. So this is the point of Islam. Christianity is the opposite. Christianity believe that God is our father in the meaning of what? He loves us the same as his children. We worship him, yes. We pray for him, yes. But in return, he loves us, and he did not create us so we can be slaves. He created us so we can share his kingdom and his love with him. So the point of belief is different, and the reason of belief is different. Islam is about slavery. You live as a slave, you die as a slave, you go to heaven, you are a slave still. Christianity is different belief. Same time, you know, we have tons of reasons to believe Jesus must be God, for he was able to do things nobody can do. And until now, there is miracles happen in the name of Jesus, and nobody can explain. So
Which one, for example?
which one? The miracles?
Miracles, yes.
Me myself, I witnessed a miracle actually in a family member. You know, I don't like to talk about those things because this is a personal experience. I'm not here trying to make you believe in a miracle happened to me because I'm lying. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm fabricating things. But what I will say to you, that when you believe in Jesus, you will live miracles and you will witness miracles yourself. It's not a fiction, it is a true. So there is a huge difference between Christianity as a fiction and Christianity as reality. Today, there is miracle. You can go right now and see, and you will find a lot of people they face miracles. For me, I don't like to speak about them because people they might say, look, Christian Prince is fabricating a story. This cannot be true because it's a miracle. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. That's why we call it miracle. Anything we cannot understand how it happened, people they call it a miracle. So even the Quran, which a book we refuse, believe that Jesus can resurrect people from death. People can heal the blind, can make the blind see, can heal the leper, can control the nature, can tell you what you hide in your houses. So, and even it says that even the apostles of Jesus, which sent the three messengers, which is sent by Jesus, they were able to accomplish miracles in his name. And this is all in Islamic books. So we have a living God proving himself to us, and he witnessed for himself. You do not need witnesses. And this is what you will notice yourself when you became a Christian. I cannot explain to you how you will witness that because you will witness it yourself. For it's very hard to explain what I am witnessing because this is something very personal. For me, I will give you many examples. You know, I don't like to talk about myself, but every day in my life is a miracle. Always when something wrong happened, the Lord my God, he opened doors for me. I have no money, I am out of money. Suddenly somebody wanna give me money. I don't know why. I don't even know the guy. I need someone to translate my book. A guy, he made fun of me, an atheist, says, why your God don't send me somebody to translate the book? I open my email, I found somebody saying, I want you to translate the book for you. It's a miracle. I can explain. You know, the Lord, he provide me, he give me. So if you want to say this was maybe an accident or a consequence, it's a, you know, then you have to explain. I mean, how it work always. So I have an amazing experience with the Lord, and I believe everything I have is a gift from him to me. The food I eat, the health I have, the knowledge I do, the teaching I teach, and bringing people to Christ is a gift from him. And I am witnessing for his miracle. And this is why I'm defeating Islam every day. I believe even this is a miracle of the Lord. Because sometimes even myself, I cannot even imagine how fast my thinking is to refute a Muslim. And I believe that the Lord is guiding me. Sometimes me myself, I get scared of how fast the answer is coming. Like you are even not finishing the word, I get the answer.
Yes. You know what? I don't know. It's actually, yeah. I find it difficult to explain, but it feels really strange to think about that. This is all fake, and then you feel so empty from inside. I don't know how to describe it, and then when you then want to leave, and you have a family, community, and
my friend, the community is not important more than the Lord, because the Lord will provide you with bigger community. Here we go. Look how many people are my family here. Look at them. If I say, how many of you want to have me in his house today? I will not be exaggerating if I say a couple of hundreds. They would love to have me sleeping over their house. Don't worry, my friend, about family. The Lord will provide you with better family. The Lord will provide you with better brothers and sisters. My brother is not someone is born of my mother. My brother is someone, he helped me when I need him. Many of your family, they might even hurt you in your lifetime. And you know that, right? I'm sure you witnessed to a lot of stories where family hurting each other.
I mean, that's true. There are many of those stories.
Yeah. So what? Don't worry about the family. You know, who said that the family is really is going? Who you will have a better family. My
I
family
mean,
is.
no, I mean, like now, I feel sad, empty. I can't
No, my
explain
friend.
it.
When you
Like,
accept the Messiah, you will
so,
be better of the you will be with the family of Jesus, the Christ Himself. You will not be empty. You will not feel alone. Here we go. I live in my house alone. I'm not alone. I never been alone. I never felt lonely. I never felt alone. I never felt empty. I am always happy with what I have. That's why when I speak to Muslims like you or anyone, I speak with confidence, because if you don't have, you cannot give. How you can teach about something you don't have? How you want to tell me about something you don't have yourself? So if I don't have it, I cannot give it to you. So my friend, don't worry about that. And for me, you know, this is why I always I would love to invite Muslims to accept Jesus, and I invite you right now as we speak to accept him. And you will see that the Messiah is the best to follow. There is no one better under the sun or above in heaven better than his name. This is not fiction. This is not a mythology statement of a God I do not know. You will see right away the difference. You will be a different person immediately, and that is an additional miracle of God he do to you.
okay, so I don't want to make it late for you. Like maybe you have other things to do, but maybe if you could name some the main points against Shia Islam in
Okay, my friend, let us do this. You call me.
and then
you call me next
and
time.
then I will go.
Yeah.
Then I will go to.
There's nothing called
scholars.
against the Shia Islam, my friend. There's against Islam. Islam is, with my respect to you, don't be insulted, please. Please, you're a kind man. I'm not trying to insult you. Islam is garbage. It doesn't matter if it's Shia or Sunni. This is why I focus in the Quran more than other reference, because you can say, oh, I'm Shia, I don't accept this. You can say, I am a Sunni, I don't accept Shia. What about the Quran? So if you have no Quran and you are the one who agreed that even Shia say Quran is corrupted, so how Shia can be exist if there's no Quran? How we can believe in something if we don't have a book to believe in? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they say like there's a hadith. It's called let me recall الثقلين.
الثقلين, حديث الثقلين, yeah.
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 But
you know, you believe you base a belief, a religion on the hadith.
no. But I mean that's what they say. You know, I don't have much knowledge about.
This is one of the funny things about Islam. How you okay? The hadith you mentioned to me, which it says Kitabullah wa itrati, correct?
Yes.
Okay. This hadith itself is a joke, because if the Shia themselves agree that the book of Allah is gone, so how you say my religion is based on the Kitabullah and itrati and my family? If all of them are gone, there's no family is stay, and there's no book and the book is gone. So what is left of Islam?
They say like the tafasir of the imams, like.
You see, but no problem, no problem. But if the Shia, and you agree with me, the Shia believe that the book of Allah is corrupt, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and the family of Muhammad are dead, correct? So what is left of Islam? Nothing.
Books, they say books.
What
Like,
books?
yeah,
The books is
if you-
corrupt. If the Quran, the most holy book, is corrupt, how we can trust the rest? If the book of Allah himself is gone.
No,
So
that's
what we will
true.
do now? We worship the book of Al-Kafi. The Kafi will be our God.
No, I agree, but yeah, if you have additional
Okay, my friend,
things,
let us do this.
especially against,
Next time,
yeah,
call me.
then
Next
I
time,
will,
call me. Next time, call me, and we will go more in details. You are a very nice person. I really am happy to talk to you. You sound
Okay,
like you're from a good family. You know, you can tell right away when you speak to a person if he is coming from a good ground. You see, every one of us is coming from somewhere, and you can tell right away that this person is coming from a good ground. He have a good family. He is not a trashy person. His family are not garbage. So, you know, I will be happy always to talk to you. Call me next time and give me a question about something you have a confusion about it, or about Quran, and let us focus in something. Let us say, what make you stay as you don't make decision yet? Like, what make you not leaving and says I am out? We can focus on that and see how we can help you with. Is that good?
okay.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate your call, and we will pray for you, my friend, and all the Christians here will pray for you, and to find the truth, and may the Lord set you free and make you free
Okay.
of all cults around the world. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Very nice gentleman, right? We have to agree. This person, yes, he is a Muslim, but he is different. You can tell right away that there's people who they are different, and we appreciate the honest ones. See, my problem with Muslims is not speaking to them. My problem is honesty. You cannot find honesty. It's like struggling. I don't debate Muslims. This is the problem. There's no debate. You see, debate is someone between two believers. He say the truth about what he believes. I say the truth about my belief. But the Muslims, they don't do that.